Hi everyone, welcome and thank you so much for joining today from wherever you are in the world. I hope you will have a great time as you and I learn how to use data and insights to help your business grow. Now, before we kick off this session, I'd like to take the time to introduce myself. My name is Nicole and I am a digital skills trainer with Extend based in Cape Town, South Africa. And I'm really excited to be on this journey with you guys as we learn and grow our digital skills together. So right now, I'd like you guys to please introduce yourself in the chat or in the comments and let me know where you're from and tell us something interesting about yourself. So on our agenda today, these are the topics which we will discuss. You'll be able to identify and understand the right questions to ask. You'll also be able to identify the best tools to use to gain analytics insights. And you'll be able to understand and analyze your data sets. Now, I've got a question for you guys. I'd like to know what words would you use to describe your customers? At the top of your head, what words would you use to describe your customers? Would you use young, fresh, confident, friendly, attentive, loyal, or perhaps professional? Let me know in the chat and in the comments. So now let's start with our first section, which is understand the right questions to ask. And here I've got another question for you guys. What questions do you want to ask your customers? Let me know in the chat and in the comment section. A few questions you could perhaps ask your customers is, what can my company do better to serve your needs? Or how satisfied are you with our products and services? Maybe, what value do we provide? Or you could ask, what are your biggest challenges? Perhaps you could also ask your customers, why did they choose you over the competition? Let me know in the chat and in the comment section, what questions do you want to ask your customers? Now let's run through a generic process for analytics. And we can break this process down to 4 easy steps. The first step is, what is my objective? You need to identify your objective. The second step is, what questions do I need to address? The third step is, where do you get that information from? And last but not least, the fourth step is, what do you do with that information? Now we're going to look closer at what can be done with that information in just a bit. So first, let's look at step 1. What is my objective? Let's look at some objectives. Here are some examples of objectives we can use. The first example is, tell more people about my business. The second objective could be to sell more of my product or service. The third, identify my most valuable customers. And the last objective could possibly be, find new ways to engage with previous customers. Now, these are only a few of many objectives out there. Let me know in the chat or in the comment section, what are your objectives? Now let's take a look at step 2. What questions do I need to ask? We've already identified some objectives. Now we need to address the question. What question do I need to address? Let's take a look. So these are types of questions to ask about your business. You can use REAN, that is REAN, to structure the types of questions you will need to ask about your business. Now you might wonder, what is REAN? Well, the R stands for reach, the E for engage, the A for active, and the N for nurture. Now, who is my target audience and how do I reach them? Are they finding what they need? Are they booking? Are they coming back? These are all questions to ask about your business. Now let's take a look at step 3. Where do I get that information from? What tools can I use to get analytics data and insights? Where does it come from? Let's have a look. We'll be looking at these tools in more detail later in this section, but to provide a quick overview of how they help business gain insights. Social channels. See which content users engage with. Measure views, likes, follows, and shares. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram have strong reporting features. Organic search. Identify what customers are looking for and align your business with their searches. Your website. Identify which pages have the most views and which cause users to disengage or bounce off. That means when they leave your site, that is the bounce rate. Paid search. How can you market your products to customers using paid channels? What are they looking for? Your customers. What type of audiences do you want to attract? What is your ideal customer? Step 4. What do I do with that information? Now that you've gained that information, how will you use it? You've gained insights and analytics data. What will you use it for? What can you do with it? And how does that affect your business? Let's dive into that. Using your insights. Here are some of the ways insights and data can be used. The first being identify market trends. User experience. Ascertain your user's experience to better understand their path to purchase. Content marketing. Identify what content users like to influence your content marketing plan. Last but not least, adapt your strategy. Leverage insights to shape your overall strategy. Now, before we move on to the next section, I'd like to take a few minutes to pause for some questions. If you do have any questions, do drop them in the comments or in the chat, and one of our moderators will be happy to assist you. If you're unclear about something, let me know in the chat in the comment section, or if you have any feedback at this point in time, do drop them in there as well. So now let's move on to our second section, which is identify the best tools to use. Now, which analytics tools do you currently use? Let me know in the chat or in the comment section which analytics tools are you currently making use of. Also, let me know why you chose that particular analytics tool and the benefits it has brought you so far. Now, these are the tools that we can use to get information. Online platforms offer great features to get information about your customers. Social media platforms that includes Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Hootsuite, YouTube, organic search, Google Search Console, and Google My Business, website analytics, and paid search like Google Ads. Are you using any of these tools? Let me know in the chat and in the comment section. So now we'll take a look at how Facebook page insights work to show information about customers. Facebook page insights can help you find out what people are engaging with your Facebook page and how they're finding you. You can take a look at the activity, the page reviews, the likes, the reach, page engagement, and followers. You can adjust these by time. Now I'll take a look at how Google Search Console works to show data about customers. Search Console tools and reports help you to measure your site's search traffic and performance, fix issues, and make your site perform well in Google search results. You can see which queries bring users to your site, analyze your site's impressions, clicks, and position on Google search. Submit sitemaps and individual URLs for crawling. Review your index coverage to make sure that Google has the freshest view of your site. Receive email alerts when Google identifies issues on your site. See which URL are affected by these issues and tell Google when you fix them. Now let's take a look at how Google My Business shows information about customers. You can use Google My Business as a tool to manage your online presence across Google Search and Google Maps. You can create a listing which customers can use to engage with your business. You can market to customers and increase your visibility. Leverage insights to find out the following, like how many views your listing has had, how and where customers find your listing, the actions customers take on your listing, and last but not least, other interactions customers have with your Google My Business listing. Now let's take a look at Google Trends. Do you know what Google Trends is? Let me know in the chat or in the comment section. Maybe you've used it before. Let me know how that went. Did it benefit you? So Google Trends is trend search feature that shows the popularity of a search term in Google. You can view whether a trend is on the rise or declining. You can also find demographic insights, related topics, and related queries to help you better understand the Google Trends. Google Trends provide access to a largely unfiltered sample of actual search requests made to Google. It's anonymized. No one is personally identified. It's categorized, determining the topic for search query. And it's aggregated, which means it's grouped together. Now this allows us to display interest in a particular topic from around the globe or down to city-level geographic. Google Trends data reflects searches people make on Google every day, but it can also reflect irregular search activity, such as automated searches or queries that may be associated with attempts to spam our search results. Now rise above the competition with Google Trends. Use Google Trends to find relevant trending topics. Doing this helps you see clearly whether the search volume is increasing or declining. Now doing this helps you see clearly the seasonal trends in one clear-cut shot. You can also monitor competitors. You can identify city keywords for search engine optimization. Find topics by region. You can target customers at a local, regional, or even global scale. Google Analytics can be used to understand what customers do on your website. Complete your information. Understand your site and app users to better check the performance of your marketing, content, products, and more. Get insights only Google can give. Access Google's unique insights and machine learning capabilities to make the most of your data. Connect your insights to results. Analytics work with Google's advertising and publish your products, so you can use your insights to deliver business results. Now we're going to take a deeper look at the different features and ways we can use analytics in the next few slides. So please get your pen and paper ready to take down some notes. But first, questions. Before we move on to the next section, I'd like to take a few minutes to have you post any questions in the chat or in the comment section. If you are unclear about something, let me know in the chat or in the comment section, and one of our moderators will be happy to assist you. If you have any feedback at this point, please do drop them in there as well. I would love to hear from you. Now let's move on to our next section. In our next section, we will understand and analyze your data. Now let's take a look at Google Analytics dashboard. Now Google Analytics dashboards are simply collections of widgets that allow you to quickly visualize your data. You can have up to 20 dashboards with 12 widgets in each for each view or property in your Google Analytics account. Each view and property includes a default dashboard to get you started. You can use Google Analytics Insights to take your marketing further. You can use geographic location, popularity over time, active users, visits, and how you acquire users. These are all the insights that you can gain to take your marketing further. So if you don't already have a Google Analytics account, then it is very easy to set up. So first, you need to go to google.com/analytics. Then you need to name your account. It's important if you have multiple accounts. You need to choose the industry category to help you when you benchmark against others who have tagged the same industry. For example, consumer electronics, or marketing, or design and technology. This is anonymous but at an aggregated level to give you an idea of what your bounce rate is against others. You can also go to Google Analytics Academy to take free training resources. That is analytics.google.com/analytics/academy. Now let's take a look at where you can find the tracking code. So to track your site's performance, you'll need to add the correct tracking code to its pages. And as you can see in the yellow bar, you can go to admin, and at the top of the page would be your tracking ID. When using a website builder or a blog, there may be a simple field where you can add the tracking ID for your website. In this case, in our example, when you go to settings, there's already a field called Google Analytics, and all you need to do is paste your Google Analytics ID, the tracking ID. Now let's go through the four main areas of reporting on analytics. Now all of Google Analytics reports are grouped into four main areas to help us answer those questions that we mentioned before. You will see these areas on the navigation menu on the left side of your home screen. Who are my users? That is the audience. How did they find me? The acquisition. What do they do when they are on my site? That is the customer behavior. Have they completed the goals I want to track? That is the conversion. Now, for conversions to work, goals have to be set up to track specific actions. And once you've mastered the basics, this is really worth doing. Google will then use that data and show you a series of reports. Data in Google Analytics. This is how Google Analytics can reveal valuable data. Now in the green section, the green block, That is the dimension, the what. That means the channel that you are using. In the yellow block, you can see the metrics, that is the numbers, the new users or recurring users, and the number of sessions. Now let's take a look at Reen. Using Reen to ask the right questions and know what to do with that information. So this is the Reen concept and the tips to practice Reen. So the first would be reach. How are people finding you online? Identify which search terms are driving the organic traffic on your site. Look to improve links from your social media platforms. Develop relationships with referral websites to drive more traffic to your site. Engage. What are your people engaging with when they find you online? You need to learn which pages are not getting any views and discover what is really engaging to your visitors. For example, you could discover that you lose a lot of people at the payment page. Now, this page might need to be simplified, so you could perhaps reduce the fields to fill it in. You could also use a plugin called Easy Checkout to make it easier for your users to check out. Activate. What channels is driving the most bookings? You need to identify which referring sites drive conversions. For referring sites, sites bring good quality traffic can help you develop a partnership with them. Look out for underperforming referring sites and consider reviewing that partnership. And last but not least, nurture. Are your customers happy to leave a review? You need to get genuine feedback from people you know have bought and used your products. Respond to all reviews, both the good and the bad. Remember, they can only help your business. Try different ways to encourage purchasers to leave a review. What works best? Do more of that. Let me know in the chat or in the comment section if you are familiar with the Reen concept and if you've used it before, how has that benefited you? Or if you have any other tips to practice Reen, do drop them in the chat and the comment section. Now let's take a look at what Google Trends homepage lets you do. The Google Trends homepage lets you do the following. You can explore what the world is searching for by entering a keyword or a topic in the Explore bar. You can see stories curated by the News Lab at Google that provide additional insight found in the data. Now note that this section is only available in some countries. You can see daily search trends. You can see the year in search data. You can find guidance materials about News Lab and trends. Now the trending searches page shows trending searches around the world. You can click on a story to get more context, like the most relevant articles or trending queries. Daily search trends highlight searches that jumped significantly in traffic among all searches over the past 24 hours and updates hourly. You can use daily search trends to see what people are most interested in at any given time and how the searches rank compared to one another. Real-time search trends highlight searches that jump significantly in traffic among all recent searches. The algorithm for real-time search trends groups topics together that are trending at the same time on Google News and Search, and ranks stories based on the relative spike in volume and the absolute volume of searches. Now let's take a look at how you can promote your business around seasonal trends. Seasonal trends allow your business to stay relevant and competitive. Throughout the year, your business will experience peaks and dips that will impact your revenue. You might use Google Trends to identify seasonal trends in types of clothing, perhaps. Create content about current trends and adjust to the demand. In the example, you can see women's jackets. You can see a rise of the need in winter months, low in summer, so you can adjust to the demands. Now let's take a look at how you can use Google Trends for keyword research. Google Trends shows what searches and keywords are trending. You can use the related queries section to use trends to identify other potential keywords, keyword tags. You can name your product categories according to popular keywords. You can optimize your posts according for trending keywords. So for example, Annika looks for blouses. Here are related keyword searches to that. The related keyword searches to women's blouses include brown, the color, camouflage, which is a topic, boho chic, and fringe, as well as Victorian era. Now we'll be pausing for some questions. Let me know in the chat or in the comment section. If you're unclear about something, do drop them in the comments in the section, in the comments or in the chat, and one of our moderators will be happy to assist you. If you do have any feedback at this point in time, do let me know in the chat or in the comments as well. Now, what are your next steps? Let me know in the chat or in the comment section, because today's session is just the beginning. Let me know what is the one thing you will do or change following this session. What is the one thing you will implement first? If you are interested in short courses or more training programs, you can visit learndigital.withgoogle.com/digital skills/courses. You can also find us on social media if you'd like to hear about our upcoming sessions as well as more digital tips and tricks. You can follow Google Digital Skills Africa on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. On Facebook, you can find us at facebook.com/digital skills for Africa. On Twitter, that is twitter.com/digital skills AF. And last but not least, Instagram at instagram.com/digital skills AF. Now, I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you learned as much as I did. If you found this helpful, let me know in the chat or in the comments. Also, I'd like to hear which section you enjoyed the most. If you have any feedback, you can also drop them in the comments or in the chat. Well, that's it from me, guys. Thank you again so much for joining. I hope you will have a great day.